War Becomes Apparent. Written by WelshCoal. It was the year of 1916, 1 year after Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, was shot to death, along with his wife, Sophie, by the Serbian nationalist Grivio Principor. Sodor was now in a frenzy dealing with German planes, attacks, and other threats due to the recent popularity of the opening of the Northwestern Railway. The Fat Controller ordered a few engines from different railways on loan to help build with the busy work. It was a cloudy afternoon. One of the loaned engines that the Fat Director recently got was sitting at Croven's gate, waiting for the evacuators to board the express to Knapford. This engine was an LBSCRK class with northwestern red paint and black stripes. He never had a name, nor was given one. Depicted by his red coat, everyone either called him Red or just the Red Engine.
It's very tiring doing the evacuation trains left and right,
said the engine. I know, but we need to get as many people away from the danger as possible, replied the driver. After waiting a few minutes, it was nearly time to leave, until a raid siren was heard. Everyone thought it was a drill until they heard the sound of planes. The passengers quickly got into the coaches, and the engine quickly left the station. As he raced down the line, his boiler pressure was reaching dangerously high levels, but the crew needed to reach either to a station with a roof or a tunnel. The closest tunnel was near Elsbridge, which was very far away. Their only hope was a station roof or a shed that could fit everyone. They went down the main line at criminally reckless speeds. As they reached Marin, the engine's pistons suddenly burst and began unleashing huge clouds of steam. The crew and the engine thought they were goners until they felt a bump from behind them. It was one of the Northwestern engines, Thomas the tank engine. The two raced down Gordon's Hill and reached the tunnel and hid there until it was safe to come out. After about a half an hour, Thomas pushed the train into Teignmouth and ran onto a siding next to the engine.
You're lucky that I was in a siding filling up on water. Otherwise you would have been blown up, said Thomas.
Indeed. Thanks, said the engine. Minutes later, two other engines arrived at Teignmouth. It was Henry and another loaned engine named Joseph. He was an LNWR Prince of Wales class tender engine, painted in war black. Both engines then told their sides of their story.
I was at Vickstown with 98,462 until we heard the siren ring. He left the second it came on, and luckily since I had only a small amount of coaches, I hid in the shed until the siren stopped. An hour later I saw the damage and waited until it was safe to go. As I reached the tunnel, I saw Henry in there. He looked scared too, but had enough power to make it here.
He's right. I was at Wellsworth when the siren came on. I was lucky to build enough steam to make it to the tunnel. I don't think I can make it to Knapford,
said Henry. Thomas decided to shunt Henry in one of the sheds to make sure he was hidden from being blown up. Joseph then coupled to Henry's train, and the two engines made their way to Knapford. As they both reached Knapford, the engine and Joseph saw engines 98462 and 87546. 98462 was an LNER Class 04, and 87546 was an LNER Raven Class B16. Both were painted in northwestern blue with red stripes, and were very cocky and rude. "I must say, those Germans aren't fast enough to catch us," said 87546. "Indeed, as long as we higher class northerners are safe, we won't be turned into scrap," said 98462. The two then saw Joseph and the red engine pull up alongside them.
"Thanks for abandoning me at Vikistown, you prick,"
scowled Joseph crossly. "It's not my fault. The siren was on, and I just wanted to get these passengers safe from harm's way," said 98462. Joseph just rolled his eyes and left to find Knapford sheds to refill and rest.
Long dungeons these days, I tell you. No respect for anyone.
Both blue engines eyed the red engine. They all stayed quiet until the red engine left as well. He's a rather quiet type. I'll have a chat with him to see what he's really like later, said 98462.